You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Let's get you to the All Blacks Hotel where they're about to settle in for the night, but head coach Ian Foster has given us a few moments of his time. Ian, thank you so much for doing so the day before the game. Match day -1, the day before your first test of a pretty big rugby year, not to put too fine a point on it. How did the final captain's run go today? You all set for the first test of 2023?
Yeah, certainly. It's been a really good week. It's nice to have a bit of sunshine on the back. It's like I said earlier, it's a big travel day, or travelled a couple of days over here, but the boys have adjusted well and really excited about the first test and a massive challenge in a place we haven't been before. We've loved it here and sort of real heartland Argentina rugby, so it's pretty clear what the challenge is going to be.
This is a very, very different rugby year, Ian, isn't it? A shortened rugby championship with a Rugby World Cup at the end of the year. Only limited time to get yourselves ready for that massive challenge up in France at the back end of 2023. Does that change the way that you approach each test leading up to the World Cup? The fact that you don't actually have that many before you jet away?
No, you just got to treasure each occasion. And for us as a team, it's every game we've got now is vital in our growth and our preparation for later in the year. But it's a matter of, reminding it was focused on the fact it's a test match. It's critical. We're playing a team that's very passionate, only got one home game in the championship, so they're going to be putting everything into it. And, we're really determined to put down a clear marker about where we're at. So, there's a lot at stake.
Just on the side that you've named, and with so few tests this year before the World Cup, was there ever any temptation at all, Ian, to roll out your strongest team in every game?
Oh, we always try to select what we think is the right team for the tournament, for the game. And, so I guess it's for other people to predict what the best team is. But we're delighted, when we look at our plan and how we utilise our squad, how we give players opportunity that we feel need it. We've also got to build combinations, and we've also had to manage we believe in this particular group and can't wait to see it play.
Can I ask you about Damian McKenzie? He starts obviously at first five. How much time in the build up to this game have you spent personally talking with Damian McKenzie about what you'd like to see from him at first five?
Oh, same as normal actually. Nothing extra. He's played well, and he's played with a lot of confidence and calmness this year, and so he's gone through the normal preparation. Obviously, between him and Richie and Bodie, they've taken a real leadership role in guiding this team about how we want to play, and that he's contributed like those other two in that space, but he's been the one that's been handed that jersey, and I know they've been right behind him and helped him through it, but nothing special. I think it's, he's played a lot of tests. He's been out for a while, so you get nerves in that situation, and we haven't underestimated that, but ultimately, we've got a lot of faith in him and his preparation, and really confident that he's in a good space to play well tomorrow.
I guess the reason I ask is because obviously he plays first five, which was your old position. So I just wondered whether you take a greater interest in who plays in the 10 jersey simply because, that's what you used to do.
Yeah, well, these guys are in a slightly different league to me, but it's I think that, we've got our processes with our team drivers that, we've got a lot of faith in those processes, and so yes, we spend more time with a few of them, making sure that we're all clear. But, we also know that we don't want to overburden them with too much going on in their heads and allow them to be free to make decisions within the structures that we have. And, part of the challenge for a 10 is the speed of the decisions they make in a game, particularly a game like this where, that you're playing a team that wants to put you under a lot of pressure at the breakdown, a lot of pressure at the tackle area, and so Dane's going to have to make some decisions, and we just want them to trust those. But look, we worked hard with him on the patterns and the plays and the options, but he's in a good space.
Ian, in the first test of any international year, do you have to limit your expectations somewhat, given the fact that the team hasn't really been together for a few months. I know they're all professional players, of course they are, and they've been playing Super Rugby, but they haven't played with one another for several months. Do you in some way have to temper your expectations in the first test of an All Blacks calendar year?
Well, there's always nervousness and sort of an excitement and nervousness combined within the first test, because you got limited time. We know that some of the teams we're playing have had a little bit more preparation time because of the way the South African and Argentinian players have had a bit more time in camps and stuff. But it doesn't really change anything. We've really made sure that we don't put too much into what we're trying to achieve. We haven't. I don't think we've actually got a game plan on too many options. We just want to do what we think is critical this week to play well against Argentina, and the challenge is not keep adding layers in that first test, because otherwise you end up with players that are hesitant and just thinking about things too much rather than just instinctively doing. So that's the formula we're trying, and first tests are always a little bit like that. It's a bit cagey, you don't know where you're at against the opponents, and there's a bit of wait and see, but that just makes it more exciting in many ways. All
right. Well, I'm sure you'll be glad to stop talking and get your team out there onto the grass to start playing in 2023. Ian, thanks for taking the time to join us across New Zealand. All the best in test number 1 of 2023 tomorrow morning, New Zealand time.
No worries, Jason. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. That's Ian Foster out of the All Blacks Team Hotel.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday, or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.